Hello, PIVSTERS. Welcome to our new YouTube video, which is according to the series of or named after the series of Next Move. So, as you can see, you have a flash message, or you can say a welcoming message for you all that says, "Hey, PIVSTERS. In this video, we are doing an anatomy of indices using pivot analysis." That's one. Now, under this, we will basically study Nifty 50 next day analysis and Bank Nifty next day analysis. Further on, we will move on to see what are the key pivot points which can help you in intraday as well as in your swing trading. So, here you have an opportunity to see how you can use pivots to your optimum use. To keep this video very basic, raw, unedited, and a source uh, to convey the effectiveness of pivot points in a very basic manner or very basic manner. Here we are with a video which can help many of you. So let's start. And before we start with the video, I just have a small message for you all or a small request from you all. If you like this video, please like, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, please stay till the end of this particular video because you will see many points coming up in this particular video, and this is a very crucial moment for both the indices. So have your viewpoints, have your doubts cleared. Uh, Anything you have, you can comment on the comment box below, right? And also, you might see various topics coming up as a discussion or as a viewpoint for what can happen next in the indices or in the Indian market. So let's get started. So firstly, let's see what are some crucial points for Nifty. Okay, let's study what is the basic structure of Nifty which is being followed. So now, if you see this particular thing here, let's go on to like daily time frame first, just to keep a broader view of the structure. Okay, let me just switch these things off. Okay, so as you see, I have something marked here. Okay, as MVC June 21. So why I have marked this particular thing is because this particular zone is nothing but your monthly virgin CPR of June 2021. That is, it is the zone which is left virgin, or it is the zone of that particular CPR which is left virgin, which is of the month June 2021. So basically, if Nifty is coming to this particular zone, you might see some reaction here or some stoppage here and then immediate bounce towards the upside or a pullback towards the upside. Okay. Basically, first we will see this in a kind of a pullback fashion because we have seen a drawdown. If you see here, what are we seeing here? Have a look. We are having a continuous drawdown. Okay. We had a drawdown here. What was the drawdown? It was 42 bars. Okay. 62 days. Almost, you can say 3 months of trading sessions. Okay. And how much we fell? 11.8% roughly. Now let's go down from the top till here. How much is this? This is a correction of 14.6%, dip of 14.6%. That took around 49 days. That is again somewhere around to 3 months or 2.5 months of trading sessions. Now again we are coming back here from this top to this bottom. Okay, or you can say till here. Where are we? We are at 38 days. Okay, and we have corrected 13.13%. So are you seeing this particular thing? We corrected here. Look, when we started here, okay, that is the all-time high for Nifty, and then we had a dip. How much? Almost around to 11.8%. Then we had one more pullback, which did not sustain, and it just corrected more. And you can see how much? 14.6, and that took around the same, you can say the same period, that is within the 3 months of trading sessions. But what is important is, what the thing which is important here is, if you see, I will just mark a few things here. This was particularly a swing low for Nifty. Okay. If you see this swing high, this is swing high, this is swing low from where we got a pullback. Now, when this particular structure again came back, okay, you see we broke this swing low and we formed a new swing low. So, what is our swing low now? This is our swing low. Okay. What is our swing high now? This is our previous swing high. So, if we see in the same fashion, we get a pullback till here, okay, and in the same fashion, we are near to, if you see, we are near to our previous swing low. So, if you see in our chat room too, you can follow us on Telegram. Okay, we have a particular dedicated pivot community on Telegram too, where different kinds of pivot traders join in and share their views about stocks, cryptos, forex, indices. Okay, so you can find the link in the description below. So if you see this thing here, what we were talking about, we were talking about the swing high, swing lows. So see, we have a swing low here. What is the swing low? 15,670. So unless we have a daily closing below 15,670, we cannot assume that we are like going from further fall towards, you can see, towards 15,000, or you can say 15,380 levels. Okay, but if, see, emphasize on the word which I said, that is closing, not crossing. Okay, we still can break this particular level and cross below this level to hit this particular zone, find in some liquidity, and then bounce back up. Okay, but for now, if you see, we have this particular level to our rescue. So this is very, very important to see if we are breaking this level, or we are from the next week we are just bouncing from this level and towards the pullback area. Okay, so if you see, if I just draw down this line here, okay, or simply till like 14.6%, what was the previous correction. So if you see in the same fashion, or let's say 60 days, that was a max in a particular swing. Okay, that is 3 sessions and 14.6. So max to max, it is like also coming near around to this particular zone. Okay, so if at all we break this particular swing low, we can cross, finding the liquidity here, and again push back upwards. Okay, so this is the particular view for Nifty. If you see, uh, previous swing high, previous swing low, Nifty is hovering around previous swing low. And if you see, most of the stocks in Nifty 50, okay, are forming the same pattern. You can check for HDFC Bank, HDFC Trios, okay, or major constituents of Nifty. If you see, almost the same structure. All are trading near to their previous swing lows. Okay, so we have to get a bounce in the stocks first for the indices to bounce back up. Okay, so as I keep on saying that, if you think logically, indices are being moved by the stock, okay, or a group of stocks. And what are those group of stocks? These are none other than Nifty 50 stocks. But again, you have to find what are the weightage, or who is contributing how much to the Nifty indices or Nifty index, particularly Nifty 50 index, so that if that particular stock gives a momentum of 1%, 2%, what is the pseudo effect on Nifty as well? Like, let's say, suppose if, for example, like Reliance moves 1%, okay, then dash is the contribution of Reliance to Nifty. So that can be like dependent upon the percentage of what Reliance is having. Let's say suppose Reliance is having a percentage of 12 to 13% in Nifty. Okay, so any kind of movement, or you can say let's assume to a simpler figure. Let's say if we have a 1% movement in Reliance, it can contribute 120 to 130 points. Okay, or you can just check out the weightage accordingly, because it cannot be this much. So the whole point here is to say that if you check out the weightage of Nifty and check out the moment of stock, you might just correlate how that particular stock moment is allowing you to check for a contribution in Nifty 50 index. Okay, so we will discuss that as well. We will see which are those sectors which you can just particularly see. So that's the whole structure for Nifty as of now. Now let's check whether we have something in our pivot arsenal, so that we can just have some key points to check for reversals, or you can say breakouts. Okay, so let me just delete this particular thing. Let us go to 1 hour time frame. So talking about 1 hour time frame, we saw something very interesting on 11th of May. Okay, what we saw is we saw a particular reversal candlestick pattern that is known as an outside reversal pattern. So if you want to spot that particular thing, I will mark that for you. This is that particular region. Okay, this is that particular candle which was an outside reversal candle, right? This is that particular candle. So what does that typically mean? It typically means that uh, that extent of fall, okay, or the you can say the intensity of fall might go for a reversal, or might halt here, consolidate, and then again continue the journey. Okay, but generally these types of patterns are regarded as reversal patterns. But you can see what happened the very next day. Okay, or the next couple of days. We will discuss about that too. So what we saw on 11th, we we saw that we can form a temporary bottom at around 16,000. Okay, or if we have a weekly closing above 15,900, which was punched in our chat room too. Okay, so we can go for a pullback near to 16,400, 400 to 500 levels. Okay, but you see what happens on the very next day. The whole particular thing gets taken down with a single gap down candle. If you see this particular price point, directly, this whole thing is being taken out by a single gap down. Okay, and then the trend continues. Now, very important, what happened the previous trading session? If you see why we had a fall. Now, for just for an FYI, okay, I just wanted to inform that we took a CE almost at 329 on the stay close. Okay, and then we also caught like the reversal trade in Nifty as well at around 16,060 levels. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to say. If you want to see a clear picture of what happened here, let me show you one clear picture here. And this is the same for Nifty as well as Bank Nifty. Now, if you see, check this thing out here. What do you see? This area was an outside reversal, but we also have a demand area setting up here. If I just pull in a zone, okay, see what is happening. This whole particular week we had a fall from 9th May, okay, that is from this particular point till this point we were falling. Okay, what we see on this particular week start till the ending of the week, we have seen a fall. What we saw, a pullback. Pullback was near to where pullback was seen near to your demand zone. Okay, we saw that the liquidity were usually, or you can say, was typically used by the sellers to push the market down. And what was this area? Why was this particular thing? Yes, why was this particular area used by the sellers to to make a drawdown in the market or increase the drawdown in the market? That was simply because of an event base. Indian inflation numbers were going to come or were scheduled to come out, and you can see a result. CPI came out as an eight-year high. Okay, so you can see we discounted the same year. Okay, now what happens the next day? We open gap up, we take a pullback, but this zone again where the sellers were in, they protected their positions, and again they pushed that thing down. Okay, so if you see, this is just a swap zone reaction. That is, support became resistance, right? And similar structure we will see in Bank Nifty too. So now, what should we expect here? What seeing this particular things, what can we expect for Monday and then for the upcoming week? Okay, so let's quickly go to 15 minutes now to do our analysis for intraday. Okay, so intraday के लिए I just said here that we have a zone if we break 670. Okay, I will show you the key levels also. That is on another window panel. Please be in this particular video if you are watching this till here. From here, we will see very, very practical things and very, very logical things which can help you in catching any bounce or any momentous move on the upside, which can give you easy money. Okay, let's see this thing here now. So let us first plot our CPRs. So if you see this blue, this blue boxes are none other than daily CPRs. This is our weekly CPR. Okay. So if you see previous week, we have the whole CPR as virgin. Okay. So now let me just mark this particular level for you. We had a level that is 15,670. Right? We mark this thing here. This is the level. If what we break, we can see a liquidity rush towards this particular pivot order block. Okay. Now, what if you're sustaining this particular level on Monday? Okay. Let's check. Let us turn both our indicators on. Let me switch this thing to W, to circles. Yeah. So what we have here now is actually this thing. So if you see, what is the CPR telling you? For the next day, what is this particular CPR telling you? First, we have a relationship of overlapping CPR. Okay. Now, generally, overlapping CPR, you might see a consolidated move, okay, between these reversal levels or between these breakout levels. Okay, that is H3, in between H3, L3 or between H4, L4. Okay. Now, if we see that the Camarilla points are also, the Camarilla relationship is also a lower value Camarilla relationship. So here we can see any momentous upside only after we are breaking 15,970. Okay. Until then, there is always a chance of reversal towards L4 or towards L3. or towards our swing low, previous swing low, okay, that we saw on the daily time frame. Now, what sort of confirmations can we anticipate for Monday, or what kind of homework can we prepare for Monday? Now, one good thing is we are having a bearish GPZ, correct? What is a GPZ? You can just refer to the Secrets of Pivot Boss book, or you can DM us on Telegram to know more or get some useful resources which can help you in getting a complete study of pivots. Okay, so here if you see, we have a bearish GPZ, that is H3 is within the CPR. So one thing is for sure, that until and unless we are crossing the CPR, that is 15,900, we are bearish for the day. Okay, so let's say we are opening somewhere around, even if you're opening, let's say around 15,800, 850, 900. Okay, unless and until we are opening above 15,910, we cannot assume that the trend has changed. We can still have a reversal move towards downside for a new swing low. Okay, there is always a chance. But what can happen here? See, we have a good support of swing low plus this particular level, that is L3. So anytime we see a gap down, a mild gap down tomorrow in under this particular zone, we can go for a bounce back like this particular thing. Uh, just a minute. Something like this. If we open slight gap down, we have a chance for a reversal from here till here. Okay. Now from here, what we can do? From here, we can see two possibilities. Either we break it on the upside, okay, or we can come till here and reverse again for this particular level, okay. But for this to happen, we need some strong, this particular move to happen, that is gap down, upper, niche, okay. We need like gap down, up and again down for a new low, new day low. We need some strong confirmations during the end of first half or during the start of second half. Okay. But as we know, we are extremely oversold in the indices. This for timing looks illogical, and we can just expect a breakout towards 16,000, right? And okay, we will discuss that when we talk about weekly CPRs. Okay, for daily CPRs, this can be the possible path. So this is actually like a homework. Everything will depend upon the opening trend. Like let's say if you're opening at a massive gap down, that is breaking or directly opening below 15,670, what can happen? We know that we have a particular level at L4, okay, that is 15,590. If we break down further, there is almost like a free fall till 15,380. Okay, and from there we can accumulate our particular, you can say, scalping longs, and we can just uh, set the first target as 15,500 to 600, right? So keep that thing in mind, and uh, see, we have done our homework. Now everything will depend upon the opening print tomorrow. Wherever the market sets an opening print, we are ready with any kind of plan which has to be executed. But remember, always do your planning a day before the market, okay? And always execute your plans during the market. There is no room for analyzing during the market. Yes, exceptional things or exceptional situations are always kept aside, but this should be a standard practice if you want to be uh, confident and like convenient with your levels and homework, so that you don't get like FOMOs or any kind of psychological imbalances, so that you miss out your good trades. So remember that thing, as the boss says, plan your trade and then trade your plan. Okay, so always remember this. So we were talking about Nifty. So you can see we have a trend set. Okay, unless and until we cross 15,900 for tomorrow, where we are bearish. Okay, if we go above this particular thing, we can see some positive sentiments developing up. And then if you're breaking like 15,970, we can all the way go to this particular CPR. Okay, and if we get a further short covering here above 16,000, our target can be set directly here, because this virgin CPR, this massive weekly CPR after this particular level can act as a magnet. Okay, that is somewhere around 16,500, 520. Okay, that is a rough level which I am checking here. It can be like slightly up or down. Okay, but 16,520 we can see if we get a momentous move above 970 and again after 16,000, right? And as we saw that this particular region, that is on the 30-minute time frame, if you just remember, we had somewhere this zone as a swap zone. Okay, so again we can just go on for hunting the liquidity here, and bears can push down. Okay, so stay cautious at this particular level if we are hovering around here. Okay, until and unless we have some convictions move here, do not take long. Okay, and if you're breaking this with a single force, then wait for a pullback till 16,000 or 15,970, and then you can go for a swing target of 16,520. Okay, and for downside, we also know what are the targets. So this is particularly what Nifty is looking like. Now we will discuss what are the odds. Okay, let's just first quickly go to Bank Nifty and check what is Bank Nifty doing there. Let me just switch this off quickly. Let's go to daily. Where is Bank Nifty? Same analysis. Okay, see what we have for Bank Nifty. We have two levels here. We have particularly Virgin weekly CPR of April month 2021, and also we have a monthly Virgin CPR of December 2020. Okay, so this level will be like safeguarded unless and until we are breaking this particular pivot order block. Okay, so unless and until we break this particular thing, we cannot see this particular level. This is just for a safety purpose if any kind of global global news is hitting up the markets. Okay, so that we should be ready with our levels or our zones to take a particular trade or accumulate for a long-term purpose. But before coming to even this particular zone, we have something year two. See, in similar case or in similar fashion, we have Bank Nifty too. If you see, Bank Nifty again from all-time high, it came down. Same, 18.67%. Okay, roughly 18.7% correction within a span of again 3 months. 3 months of trading sessions. Then what happens? Again a pullback similar with Nifty, forming a new swing high, swing low. That is swing high, swing low. Okay. What is the correction period here? 33 days. Okay, that is almost around 1.5 months. But you see the correction, the pace of correction, almost half of this particular time period, but almost the same uh, intensity of correction which we saw in this particular one. So you can see this thing. Now, again, what happens? Sorry. Again, what happens? We are here from pullback, okay, till this particular zone. What is the intensity? 14.8%. Okay, still we have 4% in the room for further correction or dip. So where is that 4%? That is coming exactly at this particular zone. Okay, at this particular level. But you see one thing, Nifty is almost hovering around its previous swing low. Okay, but Bank Nifty has more. You can say, see, if we talk from this particular point till here, we still have like a 1,000 point cushion. Okay, for Bank Nifty to go weak. But if Nifty breaks its previous swing low, that is 15,670 level, then you can see a good fall in Bank Nifty too. Bank Nifty can certainly follow with increased intensity, like we saw this particular move. Okay, we can further decrease the time taken. Okay, but we can further increase the intensity of fall in financial and banking sectors. So keep a watch out on Nifty because Nifty will only decide the direction for the upcoming week and upcoming weeks. Okay. So we have discussed about that too. So you see Bank Nifty is still somewhat on a safer side rather than Nifty. So see, this is what we have discussed about Bank Nifty on a higher time frame. Now let's go and check out on 1 hour. Okay. Look, same pattern what we had in Nifty was formed up here. Similar patterns. You see this thing. Look, outside reversal taken down by a gap down. Okay, then again we go down. Okay, similar structure. So what we can expect now? You see, both Bank Nifty and Nifty are following almost similar track pattern. Now, if we go to 30 minutes, we come down further more down. Now, if you see, the reaction for Bank Nifty was very quick, or you can say almost similar to that of Nifty. If you see, we never touched this particular zone again. Okay. Whereas for Nifty, we touched it again and then came down. So if you see, Bank Nifty was weaker on the previous trading day. And that was clearly visible. Okay. Now if you see, Bank Nifty came down with a greater intensity. If we see Nifty and Bank Nifty simultaneously. So both of them came down from a swap zone. Okay. The difference is being that here the sellers are so strong in Bank Nifty that they are not allowing the particular price to go above the absorption zone or even reach the absorption zone of this particular seller's candle. Okay, but an interesting thing to note here is why we are not able to reach this particular point is due to this particular factor. That is, if we talk about 12th May, then 9th, 10th, 11th. That is a 3-day low. Okay, 3-day low plus a seller's candle breaking that 3-day low, and you can see we are not able to even cross that particular 3-day low in the next 3 days or the next 2 days. Sorry. Okay, so now you understand how these pivot points and some combinations of key levels can certainly give you an idea what kind of players are getting into the market or what kind of auction is happening into the market. Okay. Now, these kind of things I'm keeping very, very simple so that everyone can understand. For some advanced analysis, I have prepared one more chart. I will show you that too in a while. Okay. But keeping things very, very simple, you can also do this particular thing and be well prepared for a for a good move. Okay. So we saw this particular thing on a 30-minute time frame too. Now we have an understanding of the structure that what are we actually doing here. Okay. Look. For Bank Nifty also and Nifty also, we know that if we at all we go back we go back on the upside for a pullback, we know that we have a particular swap zone standing, which has become a resistance from support. Okay, so at least we will wait for that particular zone to be taken out so that we can ensure that bulls have an upper hand over bear, or else what you will see. The similar pattern which is being followed by the market. First half upside, second half breaking the day lows and more downside. That is selling by FIs. So be patient, wait for your levels. Market will reward you good in any of the ways we are going. Okay. So now let's quickly check what is the possibility for Bank Nifty for tomorrow, like we did for Nifty. So see, let's switch on our pivot arsenal first. Look. So see, this also we have a virgin CPR, big massive virgin CPR. Okay, and here similar kind. For Nifty, we have an overlapping CPR. Bank Nifty is much more clear. We have a lower value CPR, which again depicts a bearish trend. Okay, and a bearish GPZ, which again confirms a trend at least until and unless we cross this particular CPR, that is 33,500, we will remain sell on rise. Okay, there is no point taking longs over year or year, anticipating we will break this here, break this, and again go there. No, until and unless we break this particular level, we will wait for a pullback towards CPR again, and then a breakout too. Then only in this particular zone, that is between the CPR break and H4, you can play scalping longs, but do not go aggressive long. We can again see a good fall if you are not able to break this particular level, right? Because you see, we have a set trend, which is being indicated by the GPZ, right? So you cannot just go and take longs here and sit for a momentous move on the upside. You have to be with the market because market is in a zone where there is extreme fear. Any kind of breakout of a psychological level on the downside or the previous swing lows, you will see swift fall coming up. Okay, that I will show you in a while on the key points of Nifty and Bank Nifty. So let's quickly finish this up. So similar is the case with Bank Nifty too. We have a set trend till here. Until and unless we go above this level, we will remain sell on rise. So even if we are opening here, somewhere here or here, we can expect a reversal till CPR and then again a fall. Okay, but everything will depend upon the opening trend for tomorrow. If you are opening slightly gap up for tomorrow, then Bank Nifty can certainly help Nifty to get out or certainly help Nifty to achieve 16,000 again. Okay, because we saw that Bank Nifty still has a cushion. Okay, so we will see how Bank Nifty is correlating with Nifty and who is leading who. So that is very important for the upcoming week. So this was a particular analysis, EOD analysis for Nifty and Bank Nifty. Now you will see the interesting and the a little bit further study of pivots. I'm not taking you to the extreme advanced levels, but slightly upwards so that you also get some basic knowledge of what we use. Okay. So now let's switch on to this particular chart. Now you see this chart is making no sense, right? If I switch on this to 30 minutes, just for a better view, this is this making some sense? I guess your answers would be no. Okay. So if you see this thing here, let's check for Nifty too. Is Nifty making some sense? No, you might see we have a chart, we have a fall, and we are going down. Okay. But now check what happens here. Okay. Now you see we have some levels here which are forming like a zone, some zones, okay, some DPZs or some kind of that particular levels. Okay. So now this whole chart comes to life. Okay. You can see what we can expect here, what we can expect here, then upwards. Okay. So this is what I mean by key pivotal points. Okay. Now this particular thing is very much basic. You just need to like figure out which are those particular crucial points which will work out for the next week or next month as well. Okay. Now I have just pre-drawn the levels. for myself for the next week and the upcoming weeks too, until and unless they sustain. Okay, and for the ease and you can say saving time and not making this video lengthy, I just did did a homework for you guys as well. Okay, so let us quickly discuss what is Nifty up to. Now, if you see, you remember we saw this particular zone as a swap zone. What were the pivot points which depicted the sellers to be so strong? That is a monthly slower pivot level, and most importantly, we have a weekly reversal level that is yearly reversal level that is yearly H3 L3 sorry yearly L3 plus quarterly L4. This is a breakout level. This is a reversal level. What happens here? We break both with a bang. That is why this particular region, if you see, now makes sense why the sellers were strong here and why we had an upper hand in the previous session where we were able to make profit on both the sides. That is on the call side too and then on the short side too. Okay. So this are the reasons of that particular thing. Now this is certainly you can say basically a signboard while you're traveling some path. But here, the daily Cambrilla points, your daily floor pivots, your weekly Cambrilla points, your weekly floor pivots, CPRs, okay, all those things sums up into a picture and gives you a particular idea of what can happen. Also, I've not included like money zones or even you can say volume zones, okay, just to keep that in basics and just to let you have an anticipation which is indicator free. Now, if you see, this is only levels. You do not require any sort of indicator, any sort of fancy indicators or analysis to do. Simple. You just need to know what is a particular characteristic of a particular pivot level, and you can automatically react when that particular level is being touched or tested, right? So you can just take a screenshot here, or you can again come back next week to check what happens around these particular levels. Okay, so I have just marked my levels here, that is weekly L3 here. So even if you are breaking the swing low, you remember 15,670, that is previous swing low. I have marked this thing here. We still have a deposit of weekly S1, that is weekly floor pivot, and weekly L3 reversal. Now, if you're breaking this zone too, we can just, if at all, if you remember, if we break this low here, we can halt here, consolidate, push back upwards toward weekly L3. Okay. But if you're not able to like sustain this thing back, we can continue the fall till to 15,290. That is the monthly S3 S floor pivot S3 reversal level. Okay. From here, we can expect a reversal because from here, if we move towards downside, there is no point in holding your longs because that might result into a steep correction towards downside, and we can expect further levels getting breakdown. But for now, 15,500 will act as a halting zone, or as you can say, a, a deciding zone for the further moment in the market. And not to forget, we have a domestic cues lined up, which we will discuss in the last 5 minutes of the video. So do not miss that particular thing. Okay. We have the LIC listing coming up in this particular week. Okay. So be cautious with that too. That can also uplift the street sentiments. Okay. And any sort of global development, positive news coming up, we can see good short coverings coming up because there are too many shots. Okay. So these are some levels of Nifty, which you can see. If you combine this with your EOD chart, you might get some good view. Keep this levels marked on your chart too. Okay. And now we'll quickly switch to Bank Nifty. Now, if you see, one thing which is very, very strange and con- like it is giving more conviction is I spotted one level which is like quarterly L4, that is quarterly breakout level, quarterly support level, that is a major trend reversal indication. That if we break this particular QS1, then we can just go on till yearly L3 too. Now, if you see Nifty may, like if I show this thing here, if you see for Nifty, we have taken out the yearly L3 and we saw the reaction, what happened. Okay, we saw what happened. But for Bank Nifty, as I said, Bank Nifty was much stronger as it has a cushion. So you see, we have not reached here yet. So if at all we are breaking this particular level, this level is very, very strong. A support of at least three crucial pivot points. But again, as you saw, we we saw that the market is taking out these kind of levels with a gap down or a gap up. So we can see that Monday we can just break this, consolidate, and again Tuesday what we can just see that this particular level is being taken down by a single gap up, and now this particular level is turning out to be a resistance, and then yearly L3 down, monthly L3. Okay, but that depends on the act of what Nifty is going to do. So we have both the indices telling us something. Okay, so that is why I said you have to just watch out which index is dominating. If definitely Bank Nifty is going for a sharp reversal towards the upside, it will definitely help Nifty to boost the sentiments. Okay, so keep a checker and vice versa. If Nifty is breaking its previous swing low, it will just break the confidence of the bulls in the banks, in the banking and financial sectors, and you can see a quick quick fall towards yearly L3 level 2. Okay, so now you have everything uh, up to your table so that you can decide where and how can we just turn out. So this you can just screenshot, you can revisit. It will be uploaded on YouTube and it will remain on YouTube. So you can come revisit and check if any of this particular analysis is helping you out. And again, just a reminder, if you like this particular analysis, please like, share, and subscribe. Mostly, I'm just asking you to share this particular analysis if you like it, because it can just give many people a basic understanding of how they can view the charts even without the indicator. My basic reason to show you these charts first time in my videos is basically I want you guys to have a view that how a chart can work for you even without any indicators. Now people studying pivots are also with a view that we have to plot this, that, this zones, that zones, year relation, bow relation. No, it's simple in front of your eyes. I do not need any indicator. I trust me on this for Monday also. I'm ready. I will just simply plot my daily CPR and daily pivot level and I'm done. Just this thing. I have to just switch my pivot tool on for tomorrow. That will be set on daily. Okay. Now this will change for tomorrow. Bas, done. Tomorrow market open हुआ. I'll just check the opening print. Check which of my plan I have to execute. Plan A, Plan B. Plan A gap up opening. Plan B gap down opening. Plan B consolidated opening. Okay, plan C consolidated opening. So depending on the opening print, I will just be ready with my plan. What is the next step? I will just come here, switch on my pivot tool. Okay, and I'm ready to trade. I will wait for my entry exits. Done. Sorted. This is what your homework helps you, and this you see can help you even for the entire month of May, or even the till first week of June too, until and unless these levels are being taken out. Okay, and remember, I have kept this thing very, very basic. Until now, I have not even included the money zones, other OTF key levels, okay, other time frame key levels. I have just kept it very, very, very simple so that everyone can understand and adapt to pivots so that they can at least be stress free while uh, trading, and you can also be like psychologically fit and more with more conviction you can trade or have a viewpoint just by keeping your chart in a simplified, neat structure and indicators free. Okay, so you can just keep this as your reference. And so what we saw up till now is we saw Nifty EOD analysis, Bank Nifty EOD analysis, swing points or even positional key pivotal points for both Nifty Bank Nifty. Okay. Now I will just sum up this particular video by just showing you some uh, you can say focus towards the sectoral momentum. Okay, which sectors can help Nifty getting revived or Bank Nifty getting stronger. So if you see, I have just downloaded this particular indexogram PDF from the Nifty 50 website, which is updated currently on April 29, 2022. So we'll directly move to this particular sector column and then this particular company name with top 10 Nifty contributors. Okay. So now if you see, we have Reliance, HDFC Bank, and Infosys. Reliance actually is supporting the market. Okay. HDFC Bank and HDFC Finance Corporation, both of them are just feeling the pressure of FII. So, and also, if you see HDFC Bank, if you see, is near to 1300 levels. And interestingly, it is below the COVID level, uh, pre-COVID levels. Okay. But its business is actually above the post-COVID levels. So you can see a mismatch of price to sentiment values. Okay, so if at all we see a good pullback towards the upside, definitely you can keep an eye on this particular thing, and not to forget who can boost the ultimate confidence for bulls in the financial and banking sector is just this particular bank. Okay, in combination with ICICI Bank. So if these two banks move, Bank Nifty can alone scale up to like 100, 300, 400 points. Okay, 1.5% each, and easily Bank Nifty can scale 150, 200 points in one single candle too. Not a big deal. Okay, and if it is joined by Kotak, then these three can beat the pack. Okay, now coming back to Infosys and Tata Consultancy, that is IT. IT is one of those sectors which is looking extremely oversold. Okay, so it might also help Nifty in carrying that particular pullback towards 16,500 if we protect the previous range low. Okay, so that is why I messaged in my group too, that do not miss out this particular opportunity where you can easily uh, have better returns than your money which is being kept in FD, at least double the FD return. Okay, within a short span of time. So do not miss this opportunity. You can use this opportunity by minimizing your risk because reward is very good. But again, I will say that do not go aggressive longs until and unless the discussed levels are being taken out. Okay, you will get opportunity to enter and exit too. And basically, you cannot capture the whole move from top to bottom. You can only capture whatever the market has for you or what you have planned for yourself. So be with your levels. If you're confident with your levels, if your levels are getting hit up, you can even double up your position size and earn what you might have earned from top to bottom too. So be patient, be very specific with your levels. Market will reward you if you are in the right direction and with the market. Okay, be very confident and be very prepared. So here you can see the top 10 contributors. Now let's talk about sector. Finance sectors, we discussed that they still have a questions and they have a chance of revival, and you see they are the top contributors in Nifty to almost 34% weightage. So if they move almost, you can see they have a major impact in the movement of Nifty too. IT, as we discussed, seems to be oversold. Okay, and they can give you one of the best RR trades. Okay, some good rate of return trades, so you can keep an eye on IT stocks. They can help in reviving Nifty towards a pullback of 16,520. Okay, oil and natural consumer fuels, you see they are extremely volatile. Okay, one news of war is coming up, you can see they get increased in terms of volatility. Okay, FMCG is subdued, like they are a defensive pack. They are just being used for generating a consistent income. So I do not see like major move in this particular thing. Automobiles and auto components, you see that they did that thing in the previous trading session. Tata Motors, all the auto pack were highly on the upper hand, but auto might see some further correction if they are not able to sustain that particular thing. Okay, if Nifty, like I said, now that if Nifty has to reverse tomorrow from the reversal levels, so auto can be one of that particular sector which can drag Nifty down. Okay, so keep that thing in mind. Healthcare again is very debatable. If we see any threat towards lockdown or COVID again, we can just see a good uh, flow of money into healthcare. Consumer durables again the same as FMCG. Okay, metals and mining. This can be the underdog. Okay, remember we have a news in metal and mining this weekend. That is, uh, metals were getting also affected due to this particular thing. Shanghai lockdown. Okay, parts of China were getting were going into lockdown or were under lockdown. Now Shanghai is uh, is being seen to reveal the restrictions, and they are like coming out of lockdown, which is a good news for metals. And if this thing continues, then metals can be one another good sector in combination to IT. Or we can also like see IT and metals combining up as a couple and taking Nifty to the anticipated pullback we are eyeing out for. Okay, that is towards the weekly virgin CPR of previous week. That is around 16,500 levels. Very good trades can be, especially if you have to target some sector-wise momentum, then definitely keep your eyes on IT and metals and mining stocks. Again, if you see construction, we have a fresh news coming up from Adani group of companies. They have won the bid for Ambuja and ACC. Okay, and they are going to acquire that particular thing for amount of $10.5 billion. So this can also boost up some sentiments in reality, infra, construction. Okay, all these sectors. Telecom is again Bharti Airtel. It is like very volatile again. Power again dependent upon news flows. Services again Adani Ports. Okay. Um, Speaking of Adani, you know what is happening in Adani. Even if Nifty is down, Adani is up. So this can be a trading stock for many of you. And then chemicals. Chemicals can again also receive news flows in terms of uh, China lockdown getting lifted up. Okay. So if you have, if you asking that which sectors we can focus on in a series of order, then definitely I will go with first uh, IT, IT and metals and mining for a good uh, capital allocation for a short period of very short period of time. Okay, and then I can go if you want like aggressive or uh, fast returns. Okay, then you can even eye for financial services or banking stocks because we saw that Bank Nifty has the cushion. Okay, and any reversal or any domination by Bank Nifty can easily give you much faster returns in a short period of time. But definitely, if you're eyeing for swing or positional trades, definitely keep these two sectors on your watch list, that is IT and metals and mining. Both are very, very capable of delivering some good and steady returns in a short period of time. So that was all which I wanted to speak about. Okay, I gave you a view of indices, the key levels where the indices can reverse or break down. I gave you a summary of what can happen with top 10 stocks too. Okay, I did not went deep into the charts because that is again very, very time taking job, and being a weekend I was not available to do that. Okay, but as a sum up, I just gave you a picture, overall picture of indices also, sector specific picture also, and stock specific picture also. So now you at least are ready with a particular homework for next week or for the upcoming week too. Okay, so give it your best shot. I hope this video was very helpful, or even if it is not helpful, just study again. I guess it can just impact you somewhere, or uh, at some point of your trading career. Okay, I hope I was able to contribute something in your trading career or something in your trading setup. On that note, me, Pivot Minari, owner of this YouTube channel, signs off. Have a good day tomorrow in the market, and have a good week in the market. Stay focused, be patient, and market will reward you for what you are being. Okay? Thank you. See you in the next video.